Hey friends, we're going to be doing something new this time. I'm going to show you some cute DIY decor from the Thrifted finds. I've been doing a lot of thrifting and I'm always doing a lot of crafting, so I wanted to show you what I've been up to. This first project is a printout of an illustration from Little House in the Big Woods. Now that's the Laura Ingalls series that was my childhood favorite. I still read it to this day. It's just so precious. And I found an image online, sent it to Staples, had it printed out, and I just have it sitting, well, kind of hot glued into that frame that has an odd little cork background. I really just put a dot of hot glue in each of the corners, and I chose a little bit thicker paper when I had that printed out. It cost, a few cents to have something printed out, and I do it frequently. I have things printed out, and I'll show you as the projects go on. You'll see what I'm doing with those printouts. Okay, this is my kitchen. That flashing is my ceiling fan. I didn't realize it was making a reflection or a shadow that way. But what I'm showing you here is the top ledge above my cabinets that's very narrow, and I had some plates up there and I was in the mood to take the plates down and put something different, and it just occurred to me, it just came to me like an epiphany that I have all the little antique bottles that I've been collecting over the past several months, maybe a couple of years, and I didn't have them displayed anywhere that I really would enjoy them. So I put them up there and I hot glued them to the ledge because I figured if somebody slams the garage door, the cabinet door really hard, I would not want those to fall. So they're hot glued and that won't hurt a thing, it'll pop right off if you pull it. So these are so much more enjoyable sitting out so that I can enjoy them. Now this little area over here had a few that were too fat to be put up on that top ledge, and these were kind of already on this little area. The one on the far left, I don't know, found it on its own, but the little tag just appeared in my life one day in the junk drawer. It says 123 and it looks very old. I tied it on with jute. That bottle there beside the sign is a baby bottle that I gave like 25 cents for it at a yard sale in Bryson City, North Carolina. That's a little honey jar that's very old. Got it recently. That Vaseline jar next that I'm picking up, I've had it a long time, maybe 10 years before I was even collecting stuff like that. But that one's a cutie and I've enjoyed it a long time. And you can see that I just stick little twigs of my faux plants. I can't keep real plants alive, y'all. So, if something falls off your faux plant, put it in a little bowl or a jar or something and just use it to do things with all the time. Found that little frame already painted that mustard color. I did add the little blessed word. I think I got those little wood cutouts at the Dollar Tree, and they were like 6 or 7 or 8 in a package for $1. Just hot glued it on so that if I want to change it out later, I can pop it off. But it already had the twine, so some other crafter just decided they didn't love it anymore. But I do, so I put pictures of my kids from a long time ago on there. Here's a wreath that I made for Lauren's front door, and there you see I also gave the little stool and the topiary and the little front thing. She started teaching this year for the first time since the twins were born, and I'm just being her decorator, her personal decorator, and I'm enjoying it so much. Here's a craft. These pumpkins were made from pant legs of some pants that my mother-in-law gave me a bag of clothes, and these pants didn't fit, and one of them, the elastic was shot in the waist. And anyway, rather than waste them, I decided that I needed to make some pumpkins out of them. So I did, and I'll do maybe a tutorial on that another time. Leave a comment if you would like to see a tutorial. I can demonstrate how I did these because it was a lot of fun, not very hard. Ah, the Mod Podge. That little shaped piece of wood with the jute already on it was from Dollar Tree, and the napkin that I used to Mod Podge was from Dollar General. I thought they were the cutest napkins, even cuter than the ones that I saw at Hobby Lobby. You peel that napkin down to its thinnest layer, and then you put it on with a little coat of Mod Podge, and I also did antique and age the edges of that with some Waverly antiquing wax. Okay, this is pretty funny to me because I picked this chair up off the side of the road. It was literally on the side of the road, and it was very weathered, but it had the prettiest spindles on it, the legs and the braces and those little backrest spindles. All those were great. So I thought, I believe I will pick up that old chair and I will take it apart. Well, you can see I'm just hammering. It was a hot, hot day. I guess it was about 99 degrees. I don't know. I just remember that I thought I might perish from that heat. But I was out there trying to take this chair apart, and it probably had 74 screws in it, which I took all the screws out, and I finally did succeed. And I do have the spindles as part of my fall decor. They're sitting in a little pitcher, part of my pitcher arrangement. Very, very cute. And evidence that stuff on the side of the road is not safe from this crafter right here, because I will get it. I will pick it up and I will do some things with it. Now this project is something that was a long time coming. Kelly, who is my sweet friend, and she's also my son-in-law's mother, she asked me to make this for her. Oh, I don't know, Kelly, 2 years ago? Well, anyway, she sent me a screenshot from a movie she was watching that this was in the background. And so I created the graphics, and took me forever and a day to do it. But I finally did it for her, and I'm so excited that she gets to have it in her home now. And it's not just waiting and waiting to get done forevermore. What she did was she finally gave me a deadline. Kelly, you're too sweet. You don't give people deadlines, and they take advantage of you like I did. Sorry. Now this is my daughter Lauren, who teaches 5th and 6th grade science. This is the sign for her doorway, the little spot beside her door in the hall. And Olivia designed it for her, made the stencil for me, and then I painted it. And we did this the night before the first day of school. We're just crazy, y'all. Okay, here are my little holiday gnomes, and they just crack me up. I think they're the most adorable things. They're made out of faux fur and a wooden bead for their nose and little pieces of sweater and scarf, and they've got a little loop on top. I saw a picture of these on somebody in one of my Facebook craft groups had done them, and I completely copied that idea. So cute. I'll be selling those in my booth. Here we are in Lauren's classroom again. This is a snapshot of her curtains that I made for her, and it was in the summer. Things were still a hot mess in there. She's got it very neat now. But I made these curtains out of $1.98 sale fabric from Wilson's Fabric and Boaz. They're the most awesome fabric store ever. And this stuff is fleece, which I never would have chosen on purpose, but I was looking for something inexpensive and easy to work with because I made those in the classroom on the spot, and I didn't want to have to lug my sewing machine to the school or take measurements and then come back home because it's 45 minutes from where I live. So I made the rod pockets with hot glue, just a little strip of hot glue to put that together instead of sewing it. You know, a glue gun's a lot lighter and a lot easier to work with than an entire sewing machine. But one advantage is that they're very good insulating And you know, you can't tell unless you're within about 5 feet of it. You can't really tell it's fleece, and who cares if it is. I loved that pattern. I thought it looked like molecules or maybe planets, but I thought it was great for, you know, a science classroom. Anyway, it's great. She loves them. They turned out great. Now this is an upcycle thrift flip kind of thing. It was an ugly lamp with some kind of crazy colors on it, but it had a great shape, like a piece of pottery, in my opinion. So I spray painted it a very neutral almond color, and I put that crockery stamp on there, and it just turned out so cute. It's already sold. I sold it for $15 in my booth, and I've got plans to make several more. There are lots of thrifted things and DIY projects on my piano and in this area. Those clear mason jar lamps were $7 each. I found the set of those at a Goodwill. The big frame with the toile paper in it, that was a DIY. I found the Waverly toile paper for 99 cents. I found 2 rolls, a green roll and a blue roll, and I put it over a board and inserted it into that empty frame. I bought it empty for like $5 somewhere. And the olive trees, those are also, hey, that's the frame before I finished it, and when I was still deciding whether to do blue or green first. But I ended up finding another huge white frame, and I ended up doing a blue one and a green one. The olive trees are made of $3 olive stems, 2 or 3 each, can't remember, but those were purchased at Walmart, and I put those together because I didn't want to pay 40 something a piece at Hobby Lobby. It made mine a lot less expensively than that. Now I just had to include this photo because it is the result of this hilarious text I got from Joel. Now Joel's at college, and he wanted me to take a picture of the dining room table for some English assignment. And you should have seen my table. It was covered with crafting items, thrifted stuff that I had just brought in and plopped it down. Oh my goodness, it was such a big mess. And you can see that Joel preferred it to not be featured. He'll never watch my videos, so you know, I can say whatever I want to about him. He's a doll, but don't tell him I said so. Thank you so much for watching my channel, watching my videos, and being a support to Raising Cain. Let me know in the comments if you have questions or requests for DIY videos. Thanks.